Okay, so we're here with Tim Unger. And Tim, where are you at right now?
I'm in Denair Beach in Saskatchewan at Teen Challenge,
Teen Challenge, that's sweet.
their outreach facility, I guess,
Cool.
for those who are rehabilitating uh, drunks uh, or whatever other habits. It could be smoking too, I guess. But most of the guys that come through here are just trying to get away from drugs and alcohol. So
And this is your second day there, right?
yeah,
And before that, where were you?
I was in Pelican Narrows, Saskatchewan. It's a native reserve up there. Also in Sandy Bay, Saskatchewan. I was kind of walking in between the two.
Hmm.
And then before that, I was in Flin Flon, Manitoba, in Creighton there, right on the border. Uh, I was spending some time there. Um, okay. Which one do you want me to talk about first?
Oh, well, why did you go to Flin Flon? Because you were at UVic like not too long ago,
That's right.
and so
Yeah.
why did you go to Flin Flon?
Um, well, if you weren't there when I was leaving, I guess I'll explain. Um, I didn't have to go to Flin Flon. I could have gone and done something else. Um, but what I felt at the time was that I wanted what God wanted for my life. Like, we can choose anything, but I wanted that. I'm like, God, you're important to me. I want to go and do whatever you want. And he's like, okay, not for what you want, but for what I want. And it's going to be, do you love me? Do you want to do this for me? And I'm like, yes, I want to love you. What do you want me to do? I want to, I want you to go to Flin Flon. And so anyway, I'm like, okay, Flin Flon it is. So we went to Flin Flon, and the whole time it's been the most healthiest thing I could ever have done with my life. Um,
Hmm.
the, being there was like just almost like rehabilitation for these guys, but for my life it
Really?
was just like to strip away all the things that were of um, that were that I was holding on to as more important than God,
Hmm.
um, for life. You know, the things you get down to the root and say, this is more important
Yeah.
than me. And I'm like, but I like that more
Hmm.
than you. And stuff like that. Anyway, and it would
Hmm.
continue for about 3 months. I made some money so then I could keep staying there, right? And
Hmm.
keep going. And then it got to the point where God's like, I want you to leave here. I want you to get rid of your jobs. I want to get rid of the apartment. I want you to take your bags and all your stuff, and I want you to move to Pelican Narrows, Saskatchewan, which is in a native reserve about 110 kilometers west northwest of there.
Hmm.
And then from there, he just kept on doing what he's doing, kind of moving me off of a self-reliance onto a more God reliance, and showing me that he ultimately in life we're all dependent on him, and that he's everything. If I want true life, I must give my life away so then I can have my life. And I was
Hmm.
starting to feel that and know that, and through my experiences there, some of them weren't the most safe, of course, but at the same time, um, every every moment of it, I knew it was because God wanted me to be doing these things, and because He loves me more than I love myself, and He won't let me stay the way I am. He wants more than I want for myself,
Hmm.
and so I knew, well, I believed really strongly that this is where he wanted me to be. So I went there, went up to Sandy Bay, and then what was placed on my heart is to go home now. But before that, I'm going to spend some time here in Teen Challenge. I was spending some time with him before, but now I'm gonna, yeah, just I think maybe just for a week or two. Well, this other employee's gone and just taking his place, and just you know, um, sharing with the guys here, helping out, serving hopefully a little,
Hmm.
and still learning, of course,
Yeah.
and wanting uh, to continue in what God desires to do. Even though right now I'm kind of Oh, well, uh, almost fearful
Hmm.
of, some of the things that God could ask, you
Hmm.
know, but at the same time knowing that it's ultimately better than anything that I could want. So,
Do you regret, doing this whole journey?
sitting here, I don't.
Yeah.
I did at certain times, especially when I came to Flin Flon.
Yeah.
And when I was going to Pelican, well, when I was hitchhiking toward Pelican and hitchhiking between Sandy Bay and Pelican and stuff, certain times I was just done with the whole thing. But um, I can say it's either God's grace or some sort of motivation to
Hmm.
say, oh no, I want to do this because I know this is better than anything else I could ever do. So if you want me to walk across this frozen lake, I'll go do it. Right? Just stuff like that.
Yeah.
And yeah, I have some stories, but
That's
um,
sweet.
ultimately, it's it's worth it. It was
Cool.
worth it, and it is worth it. Still, I'm not dead, so
Glad to hear it. Yeah.
so.
So, for the students at Sunago, is there anything that you would like to say to them to encourage them?
Um, I would say if you're finishing university and you're looking for something to do, um, there's so many opportunities out there. You can do anything. I would say, uh, I would encourage you, if you love God, love Jesus, pour, pour everything that you have into that. Even if it may not seem like it's the best thing to do at the time, or it might not seem the most advantageous thing to do, I'd say do it.
Hmm.
If you're still at university, um, um, keep on with what you're doing to the best of your ability, and but not but and see that your studies and your focus are great and your experiences are great, but they're even better if God is everything. And that's what I'm learning too. Is even though life, um, even though life is is okay when it's comfortable and safe. It's almost better when you have joy and love and adventure. It's
Hmm.
just like you're living. You're actually living. So,
That's sweet.
uh, not to say that comfort and safety are bad.
Yeah.
So.
Well,
I do like
yeah.
them like a lot.
Well,
So
thanks so
going
much,
back from
Tim.
Pelican Narrows is how I'm pretty happy in a sense.
Yeah, I can see that. You're doing great. Um,
Sir?
yeah, you're doing great, man. It's great to see you. Thanks very much, man. We'll keep talking. I'm just gonna turn off this video, but say one more hello to Sunago.
Thanks, Nago.
All right, see you, man.
See ya.